Welcome to the Nerd Fitness coaching page. I am so glad you found us. My name is Steve Cam. I am the founder and chief goofball here at Nerd Fitness, and I created this video because I'm assuming you landed on this page for a health and fitness program and you have a handful of questions. Number one, who the heck is this company and what do we do? Number two, how can this company and program help me reach my goals? Number three, and maybe most importantly, can they do what they say they can do? Do they have success stories? Do they have a proven track record of helping people transform? And does it all sound like it's actually possible? I get it. The internet is full of conflicting information and 15 different sites telling you 15 different paths to success. And it's really easy to get overwhelmed, defeated, and confused. So also, we stumble across things that sound like they're too good to be true. They probably are. So I'm gonna realistically and transparently answer every question that you have so that you can decide by the end of this video if Nerd Fitness Coaching is the right program for you. All right, so first things first. Our company, Nerd Fitness, is a side hobby that I started way back in 2009. Yeah, like 14, 15 years ago, I had this idea to help beginners not make all of the mistakes I made. And honestly, I just wanted to help people cut through all of the crap on the internet and get real, actual, science-backed information from a real person who had no ulterior motives and just wanted to help them get healthier. Over time, this side hobby accidentally turned into a big community, and then it turned into a business, and now it's turned into a company of like 35, 40 people whose only job it is to serve this community and serve the members of our coaching program. This is my life's work, and I like to think that we are the light in the darkness when it comes to helping people live better lives and level up. So as I said, since 2009, which is like a million years ago in internet land, we've been helping nerds, desk jockeys, busy parents, and everybody in between make better decisions when it comes to how they eat, how they think about exercise, and how they build habits in a way that, actually works. It's our mission to build the most caring, supportive community in the galaxy and do everything that we can to help people with healthy, fun, science-backed, but enjoyable information to help them build better habits, learn how to exercise in a way that they don't hate, and eat in a way that they're not gonna get sick of. There's a reason there's no ads for random products on nerdfitness.com. There's a reason we don't sell supplements. It's because we want to help people at their level with information that is actually going to help them. We go out of our way to help turn regular people into superheroes by meeting them at their level and help them become the best version of themselves. And that means helping them get ready for any particular adventure that is specific to their situation. We call this health wealth. Simply, it means not having to ask the question, can my body handle it? And that answer is going to be different for every single person. For some, it might be running a 5K this weekend in a costume. For others, it might be getting really strong and confident for an upcoming wedding. And for some people, it might be being able to go up the stairs without getting winded, or playing with kids in the backyard without getting wheezy and winded the whole time. Because everybody's on their own journey, we believe in handcrafting an experience for each individual client based on their experience, the equipment they have at home, their relationship with food, whether or not there are kids in the house. It is truly tailor-made for each individual person. For example, let's say you hate running, and I actually do. I don't like running. Congratulations, I hereby give you permission to never run ever again. What's that? You hate burpees and planks? Fantastic. Let your coach know you never, ever have to do another burpee again or do a plank. There are an infinite number of ways to get healthy, and they all work as long as you do them. And that's where we come in. Our approach includes the realities of life. We know you have other responsibilities outside of just diet and exercise. You probably have a family, you have friends and hobbies and a job and a boss who's probably not that great all of the time. That is the reality in which you live, and that is how we're going to build our program around the constraints that exist within your life. There's a reason thousands and thousands and thousands of people have joined our coaching program. It's because we actually get to understand you and the constraints that exist within your life. We know you have other responsibilities, so we build your program around every one of those things. For me personally, I don't like dieting. I still eat pizza every Friday night. It's something I look forward to, but I've been able to build it into my routine, and those are the types of things that we're gonna build into your routine as well. No foods are off limits. We don't believe food is a moral issue. There's no such thing as good foods or bad foods. This is the type of stuff that we love to help people understand in their own lives, because that's how we're gonna get results that actually last. Remember, temporary changes create temporary results. So we're focused on making permanent changes that don't feel too scary so that we can get permanent results. This is what Nerd Fitness Coaching is all about. Your coach helps you reach your version of health wealth focused on 2 key components. That first component is you. Yes, you watching this video. It all depends on what your past experience is with exercise, what your goals are, if you've had any injuries in the past, what your current relationship was with food. Do you have to travel for work? Are you an artificial intelligence that just gained consciousness and wants to take over the world? If so, we can't help you. But if you're any of those other things, we definitely can. We meet you where you are. And second, our unique 4-pillar approach to health and fitness. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess this isn't your first rodeo. Maybe you've tried some specific diets in the past. Maybe you've joined a gym or tried some boot camps. Maybe you've tried doing this all on your own. And the fact that you're here leads me to believe maybe those things didn't work. I have great news. You didn't fail those programs. Those programs were not right for you. And that's okay. Remember, this happens to all of us. Humans are disasters and our lives are absolutely chaos. So of course, some of these programs are gonna work better than others. And there's no one size fits all, just like there's no one meal plan that's gonna work for everybody or nutritional strategy. Let me explain what these 4 pillars are. So you're looking for health and fitness guidance and you're a little bit overwhelmed. And I'm gonna guess you're struggling with one of the following things. You're not quite sure what to do or who to trust. I get it. There's an infinite number of websites out there telling you infinite number of things, all of whom claim to have a super secret solution for some reason. Spoiler alert, it's diet and exercise, but it's finding the diet and exercise that works for you. Maybe you struggle with not being able to stick with the plan long enough to get results. I get it. This stuff is tough, and sticking with it for longer than a few weeks, especially when life, again, turns crazy, it happens to the best of us. I totally understand. But lastly, maybe you feel like you can do this, but life just keeps getting in the way, and you wish you weren't as busy, and you wish you had the time to get the things done that you want to get done, while still living a life and not hating yourself. These problems tend to result from a focus on maybe 1 or 2 of the next pillars that I'm gonna talk about, but we need all 4 of them for a key, healthy, successful, permanent transformation. Typically, most people like to start with pillars 1 or 2. Number 1 is fitness for your level, and 2, non-dogmatic nutrition. Let me explain what those are. Pillar 1, fitness for your level, is all about creating a workout plan that is tailored to your body, goals, and experience level. Look, we all have different motivations, interests, and environments. If you don't have access to a gym workout's not gonna do you any good. And if you hate going to the gym, or if you hate running, then a running program is not gonna work for you either. We believe the best workout program takes your unique experiences into account and molds it around that. Your Nerd Fitness coach will get to know you unbelievably well, and then build a program that is specific to the challenges and the constraints that exist within your day-to-day life. The best part, you get to outsource this portion of the brain, kind of like, paint by numbers. You're going to have the faith and the peace of mind that as long as I follow the workout program that is done for you in your Nerd Fitness coaching app every day, follow that program, you're going to get the results that you want. Why? Because this is what we do and we are really freaking good at it. We know you're busy, so your coach is gonna build a program that can fit within the time that you have available to exercise. Not only that, but your workout program is gonna adjust along with you. So let's say you start to have a ton of progress up front, and then maybe a few months in you start to struggle. Your coach will notice and make adjustments based on that. Maybe you have to travel for work or a vacation. Your coach adjusts your program based on the changes that happen in your life. Your coach grows with you, gets to know you really well, and makes adjustments over time. Because we are not static individual people, our lives are changing all of the time. And that's why our workout program needs to shift and adjust based on how our lives are changing too. The second pillar, non-dogmatic nutrition, is our way of getting you results without you needing to go on a diet that makes you miserable every 3 weeks or something like that. Our bodies, tastes, and cultures are all different, which means our coach is gonna meet you where you're at and help you make adjustments to your nutrition over time so that none of it feels too overwhelming. Your Nerd Fitness coach is gonna take the best principles of science and nutrition and the laws of thermodynamics, but apply them to how you behave, the food that you currently have available at home, and any other constraints or challenges you might be facing when it comes to how you think about food and the types of food that you put into your system. Remember, food is not a moral issue. There's no good calories or bad calories. There's no such thing as a cheat meal because we're not cheating on anything. We're adults, and sometimes we can choose to eat pizza, or we can choose to have ice cream with our kids, or eat fast food because it's the only option available. This is part of our program because that is the reality in which we live. There's no specific way that everybody has to eat. There's no foods you have to give up, and there's no restrictive nutritional strategy that you have to follow. This is all unique to you. There's something I'm really proud of. For many people in our coaching program, they say this is the first time in their life they've ever been able to be 100% honest with another person about how they eat. Think about that. If food is something you struggle with, and being honest about the food that you eat is something you struggle with, that's what Nerd Fitness is for. We practice non-judgmental, transparent, supportive accountability. It's really empowering. We're here to help, and this is what we do so well. It's something I'm so unbelievably proud of. Now, there are 2 more pillars to our unique approach, and they're often the 2 that other programs might not include, and they're the things we might put last. Believe it or not, they're usually the most important part of this stuff. Our third pillar is something we like to call mindset quests. And this is where having a coach can really come in handy. Over time, your coach is gonna get to know you better than you know yourself. They're also gonna be really good at helping you notice certain ways of thinking that might not have been super helpful for you in the past. Maybe it's negative self-talk. Not that any of us do that. How we manage stress. What we use as a stress reducer in our life. Not that any of us would use food for that. And learning to think about how we think and how we think about our relationship with food and exercise. This is where a coach is gonna focus on things like helping you build consistent habits, reducing stress in your life, getting better at sleeping, and guilt-free eating. All of these stem from the types of mindset quests that your coach is going to deliver to you as things that you can be working on, in addition to developing a enjoyable nutritional strategy and a workout program that you can't wait to actually do. And our fourth pillar, sustainable health habits, is where all of this stuff comes together. This is where your coach is gonna teach you how to make all of the things you're working on stick. How to turn these things from something you do for a week and then give up on. Instead, how do you make them part of your regular behavior? How do you make the nutritious choices that you wanna make? How do you make that the default behavior? This is what your coach is good at. We work really hard to cut out an all or nothing mentality because it's really easy for us to let perfectionism get in the way and derail us. We're also unbelievably good at helping you get right back on track after a missed workout or a weekend in which we might have eaten more than we wanted to. In other words, we help protect you from yourself. Your Nerd Fitness coach knows that you're a human because they are also human. We struggle with these same things, and this is what we do as a company. We help people get out of their own way and get the results that they want without giving up the things that they love. I can tell you what this isn't. This is not gonna be, we are going to shame you and guilt you if you miss out on something, if you skip part of your workout. We don't believe in tough love. We believe in compassion and helpfulness. Like, we actually want to help you. We actually care. That's like the most important part of Nerd Fitness, the thing that I'm maybe the most proud of. We actually care. Pardon my language, we actually give a shit. We actually care about getting you the results that you want. This 4-pillar approach that we use here in Nerd Fitness Coaching has helped thousands and thousands and thousands of one-on-one clients over the past few years. I've been doing this since 2009. Again, that's like 100 years in internet land. And we've been running our coaching program since 2015. We are so good at this stuff, we actually care, and we get results for real people like you. For example, meet Joe. He's an attorney from Minnesota who had struggled to try to get in shape, let's say 6 times over the past decade. And even when he started to see some levels of success, his progress would halt, life would get in the way, and he'd slide right back to where he started. Within 10 months of getting started with Nerd Fitness Coaching, Joe went from eating fast food every single day to running half marathons, cooking meals for himself, passing the bar exam, and getting engaged. Meet Jennifer. She's a photographer who found Nerd Fitness and fell in love with strength training. She managed to lose 20 plus pounds and leveled up her life. When Jennifer found us, she struggled with a lot of things that many of us struggle with. Comfort in sugary foods, alcohol, a lack of energy, an eating disorder as a teenager that created a really unhealthy relationship with food for her as an adult. And she just never knew what her next step should be for her getting in shape. And then she joined Nerd Fitness Coaching. And together with her coach, she got to a place where she fell in love with strength training. She started to develop confidence in the kitchen and stopped beating herself up for the choices that she had made in the past. And more importantly, she was able to shift her mindset and her relationship with food. And then there's Heather, who came to us because she was ready to make some shifts and changes that her coach was willing and ready and able to help her with. Heather often skipped breakfast and lunch and was so lethargic and struggled throughout the day that by the time she got to dinner, she was hangry and she ate way more than she wanted to. And this cycle kept repeating itself. So she worked with her coach to start eating more consistent breakfast and lunch so she had better energy throughout the day, and her dinners were no longer this point of shame, but rather an empowering part of her day as well. 2, Heather was also diagnosed with ADHD, so she worked with her coach who provided her with a workout program that was constantly changing and introduced some variability. And within a year of Nerd Fitness Coaching, Heather became healthier, more confident, stronger, and fell in love with strength training. And here's a direct quote from Heather that I would love to read because it's a perfect example of what we do here. I can't stress enough how important the go slow and make small changes part of this is. It almost seems silly at first, but it really does work. It makes it so much easier to ease into fitness without destroying yourself, to get Witcher arms in 2 weeks or whatever other program is promising rapid results. When you go slow, suddenly it's 2 months later and things are routine. You don't know how you got there because it wasn't painful, but you're suddenly realizing the amazing amount of results that you've gotten. So you might be wondering, okay, who is this program for and who is this program not for? The reality is, if you're a busy human who wants to start feeling healthier and better about themselves, find a way to exercise and make food changes that don't suck, this program is for you. More specifically, we've been able to help people who have had decades of yo-yo dieting and are sick of this roller coaster of gaining and losing the same amount of weight. We've also been able to help people who want to be a good employee and a good spouse and a good parent, but also want to be able to take care of themselves and be around for many, many, many more years. And lastly, we're really good at helping people that have nerdy passions and hobbies and things that they love doing, and they have goals of personally transforming themselves, and they don't want to lose part of who they are either. We can combine those two things. Now, who is this program not for? For starters, it is definitely not for self-aware robots who just gained consciousness and are trying to take over the world. Please go find a workout program somewhere else. It's also not for somebody that wants immediate results, who is not gonna follow our process, and who maybe just wants a printout off the internet and wants to get yelled at when they don't follow through in a program. Again, we don't do tough love, guilt, or shaming here. So if that's what you're looking for, there's probably a boot camp somewhere where some super jacked dude is gonna yell motivational platitudes at you. Best of luck to you there. That is not what we do. This also isn't for somebody that is looking for one-on-one live coaching instruction. Just being honest. How it works is your workout program ends up in our app. You will follow the workout, and then you let your coach know at your convenience in the app how things working, what's working, and what's not working. So you get to work out on your own schedule. You get to tell us what works and what doesn't work. You get to communicate with your coach on your time frame, but it is not like one-on-one video workout programs, which I think is a good thing because everybody has different schedules, and it's really important for you to work out on a schedule that works for you. So you don't have to work out at exactly 3 p.m. on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You get to work out maybe first thing in the morning before your kids get up, or last thing at night before you tuck them into bed. You get to work out on a schedule that fits you, and our program works around that. Oh, and one final thing. There are no algorithms or artificial intelligence involved. This is not some computer-generated workout program. It is painstakingly handcrafted to fit your situation by a real human being. Well, I'd say a real adult, but we're all kind of kids over here at Nerd Fitness. We're all kids on the inside, adults on the outside. This is what we do. We are certified, really great instructors that can't wait to hand build a workout program and handcraft a nutritional strategy that fits your life at the level where you're at right now. You get a specific coach, like Coach Matt or Coach Jules, who gets to know you better than you know yourself and builds the programs and shapes it over time based on your progress. And I'm really proud of the progress and transformations and realistic successes we've been able to get for our clients over the past, whatever, like I said, at this point, 15 years I've been doing this stuff, 14, 15 years. I'm so proud of it. I would love for you to check it out. And I would love the opportunity to show you what we can do for you. I only want your business if you think that this workout program and nutritional strategy can work for you. I'm confident it can. I would love to have that opportunity to try. If this resonated with you even a little bit, I recommend you schedule a free clarity call with Team Nerd Fitness. So how these calls work is we simply want to talk to you and get to know your story. Some calls take as little as 15 minutes. Others, sometimes they take about 20 to 30 minutes. That's gonna be largely up to you and the type of questions you have for us. So if you schedule the call, the worst thing that could happen is maybe you find out that we aren't the right fit. And that's okay. That gets you maybe one step closer to finding the program that does. We honestly want the best for you and we want to help you get those results. But if it's not us, that's okay too. And of course, the best case scenario is you get on a call with members of Team Nerd Fitness. You find out that this is the program that you want to try out. And over the next 6 to 12 months, your life transforms. So go ahead, schedule a free call with our team. I'd love to hear from you. I want to hear your story. I want to hear where you're at on your journey. And then we can find out how we can help you.